welcome to episode 279 of Checkpoint Chat. My name is Alessandro Barbosa. I'm joined by Matty Figuera.
Yo, it was a very loud intro with the 2-second.
For a second there, I thought you disconnected because you just didn't say anything.
You should have seen my eyes go whoop. Just hit rewind on the. Yeah, man.
Like a little cat.
Little cat, yeah. It's a Monday evening. We doing these non-weekend podcasts, and as the year gets towards its end, man, things are just upside down.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it is kind of weird though. For some reason, we can no longer find time on the weekend to like record, which is strange. I think we're both super busy. But also I think the time difference is fucking us a little bit because it makes the mornings a bit weird and the evenings a bit weird. But here we are. I mean, it's like 8 p.m. my side, so it's quite late.
6 o'clock my side. Let's just do a 3-hour podcast. I can do it.
Well, it's 6 p.m. your side, but it's been dark for like 5 hours already.
It has been, yeah. It's don't even talk about it. It's miserable outside. It's so dark.
Yeah, no, those European winters where it's like 4 p.m. and pitch dark. Fuck that. No, thank you.
You know what? I'm sure I've spoken about it here before, but it's one of the nicer things that Lenska and I have learned is to embrace the seasons here, where yes, it's darker and whatever, but there's something really cozy about it. And I'm gonna segue into what did you buy on Black Friday? Because you know what Lenska and I bought. It's a long
heater.
No, we bought ourselves a proper couch. Cannot wait for it to arrive.
It hasn't arrived yet, obviously.
No. So we ordered it. It's going to be it's like 15 to 20 work days. Like, please arrive before Christmas.
Oh, wow.
It should. Wow. But
why is it that long? Is it like a choreograph thing where they actually have to construct it? Or?
It's coming from Spain, I think. It's just this brand we found, and it looks really nice. It looks super comfortable. It's very practical. Nice for people like you when you visit. You have a good place to sleep.
Is it a bed thing as well?
It like converts to a proper little sleeper couch. But we particularly this year we're like, you know what? We're in our it's not a new place anymore. We've been here for a couple of months, but we're in our new space. The couch we have is very practical, very functional, but it's time to be adults and buy a proper couch for our little winter where we're going to hibernate in front of the TV, watch shows and movies and stuff. Super
could convert that bad boy into the sleeper couch mode and just get under there with like little blankets.
I've said to Lenska, as a kid, it was the worst thing falling asleep in front of the TV because then inevitably a parent would be like, you have to go to bed. You know what I can do as an adult? I can just sleep on the couch.
Sleep in front of the TV.
I don't have to go to bed. So I've said to Lenska, there's going to come there will be an evening where we'll be watching something, or she'll be watching something, I'll be watching. We're going to go, you know what? Let's just sleep here. We can. YOLO. Just get a blanket and a pillow.
100%.
No issue. I don't have to go to bed. I'll just sleep right there.
Then you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, fuck, my shoulder, oh, my back, my neck.
Don't say that.
I mean, to me, it's almost like a superpower. You are truly not an old Portuguese person until you cannot, you refuse to move from the couch despite falling asleep. I feel like growing up, that was always my dad. Be fucking 9 p.m. That Portuguese news is coming on. He's there. He's snoring. You wake him up. You're like, go to bed. He's like, no, I'm watching. And it's like a few seconds later, it's like snoring again. It's like, okay, well,
you just can't.
And then the next morning, it's like, sure. I fell asleep in front of the TV and then I got to bed so late. It's like, I tried my very best.
I'm gonna rat out my in-laws now, particularly my mother-in-law. She has a thing she calls a pre-sleepy sleep, where she doesn't like climb into bed to have a pre-sleepy sleep. She'll like they'll be watching something, a show or something, like whatever. They fall asleep. When we lived in South Africa, like, just go to bed, like brush your teeth and sleep because you're getting disrupted sleep. No, she's like, I'll get up later to brush my teeth. So she like gets up an hour or two after a nap, brushes her teeth, and then goes back to like sleep. And this is a terrible habit Lenska's inherited as well, because there are times when she looks so tired and she goes to sit in front of the TV on the couch. I say, I know you're going to fall asleep. why don't you brush your teeth so that you can just get up and climb into bed later? You don't have to then get off the couch, go brush your teeth, and then climb into bed. It's just a seamless transition. Doesn't happen. I would brush my teeth 10 out of 10 times.
There's a third option there.
Just climb into bed. You're right.
100%.
Just climb into bed. But there's something...
No brushing teeth. Just into bed.
No, you have to brush your teeth. You can't not brush your teeth. This is a wild... You can't say things like that. I can't. I've had it in the past where I've fallen asleep. So we know Lenska falls asleep way before I do. I'm a night owl. She's not. There have been times where I've climbed into bed, just chilled with her while she fell asleep, and I've fallen asleep. And I'm like, damn it, I didn't brush my teeth. I got to get up at like 2 a.m. to brush my teeth.
No, that's ridiculous.
I can't.
You are 3-4 hours away from waking up anyway.
I just can't do it. I have to. It's just ingrained in me. I've got to brush my teeth, which is insane. If I think back to childhood me and my dad's ability to, as a kid, I was like, how does this dude know I'm lying? It's just, he's got a superpower. Because you'd be like, did you brush your teeth? They'd be like, yes. I'm like, no, you didn't. I know you didn't. Now as an adult.
Like, fuck, you got me again.
You got me. So I used to fight it so hard as a kid. Now as an adult, I'm like, I will brush my teeth. But it is funny because now I look at my nieces and nephews. I think it is so easy to know when they're lying. It's just so simple because like...
You just see it on their face.
Yeah. But as a kid, I was like, wow, how does my dad know? Well, he can read my mind. Like, what's going on here?
It is a point of contention between Shani and I because we will be watching TV in bed, or I'll come to bed and she'll be like, go brush your teeth. And I'll be like, no. And I'll just get into bed. Don't know how she puts up with me.
I'm with Shani on this. You just brush your teeth before you climb into bed, man. Just...
It's so much effort, though.
When you brush
if I've gone drinking or something, 100%. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm outing myself here for kind of being disgusting, but I generally don't. Like, generally just don't.
No, you got it. When do you brush your teeth in the morning? As soon as you wake up or when you get dressed?
So this is a funny thing. I used to think that it was best. I mean, I didn't always do this because most days you go to work, so I brush my teeth before eating. But on the weekends, I thought you should brush your teeth after having breakfast. Turns out, I saw this video from a dentist. They're like, no. There's all this shit on your teeth from going to bed. There's all this like plaque and bacteria. If you don't brush that off first, as soon as you give them food, they start fucking chomping on that food and they fuck up like your teeth even more. So you should brush your teeth the first thing you get out of bed before eating anything.
100%. I'm not on Lenska for this, but there are times on the weekend where it'll be like 10, 11. We've been up for like an hour or two, whatever. And only then we're getting ready to go out. She's like, cool, I'm just going to go brush my teeth. I'm like, what have you been doing this whole time?
What do you mean?
As soon as I wake up, it's like I use the loo, brush my teeth. It's like immediately, it's like non-negotiable. Just do it, and then it's done.
Yeah, Shani does the same. Even during the week, she'll get up. Like we often wake up early to go to gym and whatever, and I don't know. I struggle to get out of bed and to wake up, and often I'll be there in bed like dozing or whatever, and she would have got back into bed. She's on her phone, but she's brushing her teeth at the same time. Like
in bed.
Yeah, she can brush her teeth without spilling anywhere. I don't know how the fuck she does it. I can't do that. That is, if I'm not over a basin, it's a murder scene. I
can't do it either. And I'm going to add Lenska here because in our old place, it was so funny. There were times like, because I worked at home primarily, I'd be at home like, what is this shit on the floor? Like, what are these marks on the floor? All the time. I'm like, what is this? Like, wipe it quickly, then the next day it's there. And I'm like, what is causing this? Until I realized it's Lenska when she brushes her teeth. Because she doesn't do it in front, she doesn't stand in the bathroom. She'll like start brushing her teeth, like walk to the window, like look out the window, brush her teeth, walk to the kitchen. And as much as she likes to think she does not smell, though she's been a lot better, I realized like, oh, you are the culprit here.
Did she just think she never did until you moved in?
No, I don't think she. No, because I think it was. Look, it wasn't like splotch. It was just like a little here and there.
Yeah.
So I don't think she realized. But when one together. It's like, I cracked this case. Pah! It's you. The toothbrush thief.
So she can't brush her teeth in bed then?
No, definitely not. Shani's like into this surprise fourth option, brushing teeth in bed, which I can't fathom.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
She thinks I'm fucking weird because if I'm not over a basin, like, I've never understood how you brush your teeth and not get like shit all over your face. Like, when I finish brushing my teeth, I just have toothpaste all over my mouth.
100%. You want to know, this is terrible for audio listeners. You want to see how I stand when I brush my teeth, like this.
Yes.
Head up.
You see, I do the opposite. I lean forward so that it just drips into the basin.
No. Head up, and then just head up, and then inevitably you'll get a little bit like sometimes coming out, but it doesn't like drip.
That's actually quite clever. That's quite clever.
Yeah. Smart.
I swear to God, I mean, we are almost 300 episodes in. We have spoken about brushing teeth at some point. I'm
sure
almost certain.
Probably. Tell us. Hit us
Never
up
got into this
level
of
detail.
though.
You're ratting out our partners. Shani brushes her teeth in bed. Lenska brushes her teeth later and spills everywhere. She walks around the apartment.
Do you know who I've never seen brush their teeth?
Oh my God, who? I don't want to know.
Sam Porter Bridges. We're talking about video games. Let's go.
Wow. And actually, that is surprising because that is a level of detail you'd expect from a Kojima game.
I know. But maybe people are freaks and they didn't want to like scan people's teeth.
Can make him use the loo. Can make him eat an apple. Can make him do so many things. Look in the mirror. Wash his face. Can't brush his teeth. Kojima, what are you doing? Do they not have toothbrushes in Death Stranding 2?
Does he always just miss the fucking dustbin when eating an apple?
Yo,
like, I swear that's like a running joke.
Angry every time.
It's so annoying.
You know, it's so funny. Okay, we're going to talk about Death Stranding, but just imagine you're Norman Reedus and you are filming that scene. You have all that body capture shit on you, and you have to walk around looking like a smug arsehole eating your apple. And then Kojima's like, yes, now throw it at the bin, but miss intentionally.
Now throw it like you're playing basketball, but also miss.
Also miss. Like, you got it in. You got it.
Fuck.
Roll it back. We've got to do it again.
I can actually picture Kojima in the booth there with his translator just doing that.
He's rattling off in Japanese, and then his translator's like, Mr. Kojima would like you to miss the bin.
So I heard, I don't know how true this is, but I heard on another podcast that the only reason Norman Reedus is in these games is because of Guillermo del Toro. Apparently, del Toro is a good friend of Kojima's, but he's also a good friend of Norman Reedus. And according to del Toro in an interview somewhere, he phoned Norman Reedus and said, a guy named Hideo Kojima is going to phone you. He's going to ask you some things. Just say yes. And lo and behold, we have Death Stranding 2. And one.
It wouldn't skip one. Norman Reedus
just got a really good lookalike for one.
Yeah, they just had a really good lookalike, and then like finally signed on for a sequel. Unreal. Okay, but for actual context, guys. So Death Stranding 2 came out a couple months ago. I played it. I loved it.
June. Crazy.
You have treated it as a much slower burn, playing it when you've had a chance, and now you've just rolled credits this weekend. And you have
I feel like I fell off of it for a while. I just like got sidetracked on other things, and then you know, when you leave a game for quite some time, you're like, oh, it's like actually a slog to get back into it. But then, funnily enough, I'd been listening a lot to podcast called Nextlander. They are former Giant Bomb guys, Alex Navarro, Brad Shoemaker, and Vinny Caravella. And Vinny and Brad Shoemaker have been playing it since launch, but they like, in a similar way, took it slowly. Like every episode or every 2 episodes, they would have like a 10-15 minute check-in on where they were in Death Stranding. But they played it like sickos. Like they were doing like, the one dude, Brad, wanted to repair all of the highways before he finished the game and did this and that, like crazy shit.
Yeah.
But they got to the end about a month ago, and I listened a bit to like their last impressions, and just the way they were speaking about the game, I was like, I need to get back to this. Like there's something here that I haven't seen, and I kind of want to see it. And then I got stuck into it like 2 weeks ago, and I didn't stop. That game, it's so good. Like it's so okay. So we're gonna talk spoilers here because we both now like properly played it, and it's been out for like 5-6 months. So this is spoiler stuff now, but that game gets so fucking crazy in the best ways possible. But like Kojima stuff is crazy. Like that's his thing. Like the stuff is wild. He throws a lot of ideas at the board. Some of them stick, some don't. But they're very him, you know?
Yeah.
These things could only, in my opinion, work in a video game. Like I'm very curious to see how this bullshit translates to a film. But I feel like in Death Stranding 2, it's so earnest. It's like there's bullshit happening, but it's actually kind of emotional and real, and you can kind of tell where a lot of it is coming from, and it is completely self-aware of what it is doing, but it doesn't do that just at the expense of like humor or satire or whatever. It is just its own thing, and it knows what it's trying to say, but it chooses to say it in only a way Kojima and Death Stranding can say that, if that at all makes sense. It's so unique in that.
That makes complete sense. I think earnest is the right word. If I were to describe it like in a similar way, it almost feels like, not in a derogatory or negative way, but like childlike and innocent. Like just the way it's presented is like very straightforward. It comes across as, like I say, childlike inverted commas, just in terms of it's so like, I don't know, it's not like what's the right term? It's not like tainted or anything. It's just presented like as this clean cut. This is the story I'm telling. I don't know how else to put it other than that. And it's just, some of it's just weird. You're like, man, it's like Kojima's this adult dude with just like this wild imagination, just bringing these thoughts into this game. And you watch it play out, a lot of the time, I just, some of the, we'll get to some stuff, but I'd like burst out laughing, like, I can't believe I'm watching this happen. Like somebody actually put this in the game and it's happening, and I love it. It's just the most absurd, genuine thing, but in the best way possible.
There's so much of it in here that I think, when I got to the end of it, I was like, I'm so happy this exists, because, you know, there's nothing like this in video games, period.
No.
But there's also, I feel like, nothing like this in any media I've consumed. Like, there is weird shit in all media. There are weird films, there are weird books. They're all weird in their own ways. And I think a lot of those, again, you can look at some of the most, like, out there, strange films and be like, yeah, this only works as a film. Like, this, you could never turn this into a video game, put it that way.
Yeah.
And I feel the same for Death Stranding in terms of it being a video game. This doesn't get away with anything else but being a video game. But at the same time, the industry doesn't go in this direction anymore. Like, you look at anything else some of the big studios are putting out, and it doesn't even come close to this, I think, daring and strange and just unique. Like, everything else is good. There are good games everywhere. Like, we are in a really good time for good video games. And you look at some of the big blockbuster, like, video games. You look at anything Sony puts out, from a Naughty Dog or a Sucker Punch or Insomniac. They make good shit that is fun to play, but it is very crowd-pleasing and palatable. And Death Stranding, I'm not going to say is, like, completely opposite and artsy and very abrasive, but it is not what anyone else in this sort of sphere is doing. At least not with the amount of money and risk involved in making something as ridiculous as this. And I respect Kojima and his team, like, deeply for that, because it is taking a risk to be what they want it to be. And that's, I think, it should be shouted out, put it that way.
Yeah. I also think there's a conversations we had about, because it's a sequel, you and I and other players went in knowing what to expect. Because remember, we played the first game, and while we love the first game, it's this weird thing where it's like the only way I could describe the first game. It's a game I recommend everyone plays. Like, everyone should play this first game, but I can't recommend they play it because I just know how much of a slow burn it is, and like it's quite a thing to get into. Like, there's a lot of friction points, and like, it's worth it in the long run, but I can't tell a random friend like, hey man, do you have 50 hours to give up to go play this walking sim? Like, trust me, it's worth it. Just give up 50 hours of your time. It's like a huge ask. Whereas we've played it, we loved it. Death Stranding 2, I feel like it's more palatable in that you now went in knowing like, okay, it's going to be a lot of package deliveries and it's a lot of Kojima bullshit, but it almost feels more palatable even for newcomers. Like, I think it gets the players into the game like much sooner. Things have been streamlined. There's a lot of bullshit, like ultimately still delivering packages, and that's not going to appeal to everyone. But this game, it really feels like it's cut away this bad stuff from the first game. Like, just a lot of the more, I don't know, the parts of the first game where it felt like it dragged and like unlocking stuff took a while. Whereas this game, it feels like you're always getting. I mean, we spoke about it months ago, where it's like, man, you get vehicles super early in this game, and that actually just made me realize you were quite hard on the game. You like, man, it feels weird, like it's too easy, which I think you still stand by. Like, the game's easy, but it is interesting how you can still play the game how you want to. Where I say to you, yeah, there's vehicles, I've chosen to not use them, apart from some odd occasions, whatever. But then now that you've done the snowy parts of the game, climbing the mountains, like, well, you can't drive a car up the mountain. Like, there are difficulties that, I don't know, it's just the way they've designed it. It's just interesting.
I still stand by it being too easy, but I've come around on the idea of that being completely negative. I think initially, because it was so familiar and it like onboarded you so quickly, I took my experience of the first game and was like, well, this just feels very sanded down and like almost like plain by comparison. But the more the more I played, obviously there are a lot of facets that are significantly better than the first one. Like combat, for example, way better. Stealthing, way better. You're also put into a lot more scenarios where that sort of stuff is like actually required. Whereas the first game, I felt like combat, I kind of steered away from a lot of it just because it felt janky and bad, and you had so few options to play around with there. So from that perspective, I think already then you're getting a lot more people in just because there's more stuff aside from just the delivering of packages, or there's more to do than just walking between points.
For sure.
But I think like it is easier, but I didn't find that so bad in the second half that I was playing, because there was enough challenge with the environments and enough friction there. And like you said, I was able to tackle them in the way I wanted. Whereas in the first game, I distinctly remember, especially the snowy parts of the mountains were a fucking drag. Like, they felt good when you like overcame them, but building a zipline network or getting a car up some of those hills or even just walking was actually not fun. And I think what the second one does is maybe goes too far in the other direction, but it makes a lot of those slog elements from the first one a lot more fun to play now. And I think I only realized that when I started actually recalling some of the issues I had with the first one. So I think it's balanced nicely, and I kind of get where like if someone says they've really made this way too approachable and they've taken out the like hardcore, not even like survival elements, just like a lot of the stuff that made the first one difficult. I get that, but I've come around on that being a completely bad thing. I think they've like hit a really good balance here. That is still full of bullshit, but it doesn't feel unfair and like unnecessary, if that makes sense.
No, that makes complete sense. Yeah, well, let's be honest. The reason the sequel's better is because you can now curve ziplines.
Oh my god, that is like game changer. And also just like the ease of use of making zipline networks, the ease of use of building things. You've also got like different ways to get around that are part of the world. Whereas the first one you only had roads, you've got the monorail, which I love building the monorail. It's pretty fun. And just like riding across the map on the, like right at the end, you're at Terminal Fort Knott or Fort Knott Terminal, like right, the very last like main terminal that you connect to Australia. And it's like, okay, cool, you got to go back to the plate gate right at the start. So I was like, oh, I remember this. The first game did this, where it was like, pack up your shit and get back to where you started. But in the first game, they fucking annihilated everything you had built at that point, and you had to go back with nothing. This one, I was like, I've built a monorail network basically from start to finish. I'm just going to ride it all the way. And that was like really satisfying to just
to see
like
it play
glide
out.
across all this land that I've walked across. And like, I built this all on the way here. I'm like being rewarded by the fruits of my labor to get back pretty easily to where I started. And that felt pretty great.
Yeah. No, I think it is just a good sequel in so many ways, other than just optimizing and making good choices and design decisions that hampered the first game. So I'm really, really glad you came back to it and you did see it to its end. Because it is easy to also be like, I've given this game 20 hours, like I got my fill from it, cool, But this game, like I feel just like the first one, where if you can stick it out to the end, it is just so worth the ride. Especially that last 10% of the game. It's just what a ride.
What a ride. I mean, okay, let's get into some of that stuff, because I think from a narrative standpoint, I think this game is leaps and bounds ahead of the first one, just because I think it's way more focused on characters it should be focused on. It's way more like it has its own nonsense moments, and I like some points I'm like, does that make sense, or what was this actually about? But the first game was so preoccupied with being metatextual and just like in your face about that. Whereas this one is like, no, this is about Sam. Like Sam was an afterthought in the first game. He was more like, I felt, a conduit for the player to just experience those events. Whereas this is a story about him. It's a story about Fragile. It's a story about Lou, his baby. And it's way more personal this time. It's dark as well. It's kind of off-puttingly dark in some areas. And it gets to a conclusion that I'm like, cool, I can see this never getting a sequel. And I'm pretty sure that is kind of the plan, because it ends. It's a really good ending. And it feels like you've gone on a really solid journey from start to finish with all of these characters.
Yeah, but it does still leave room for a something in future.
It does. But like,
whether that happens,
Sam
like,
is done.
Yeah, Sam's done. But it's like, I laughed. It's like such an obvious, like, ooh, like what's the next game going to be? Like, oh, we know what the next game could be if Kojima decided to do it. Yeah, but I think, I'm there with you. It's just such a memorable, like my whole journey through this game was just this joy. I just loved playing it because there are these, not even just. Let's talk about narrative moments. There are moments that happen in the game where it is just like, why is this scene here? Like, if I think of some of the random scenes you had with Sam and Fragile and Rainy and them just on the DHV Magellan just doing random things, like, why is this here? But it just gives you this closer look to this crew, like the behind the scenes moments of them traveling along, doing their thing. And man, I just loved it. as much of it's Kojima bullshit, like I was there for it. I mean, don't even get me started on the big Charlie reveal. That is just like,
let's talk about that, because that 10, is absolute fucking cinema, that entire moment.
100%.
Okay, so this is where spoilers are going to really start. So this is kind of where the end game starts. Yeah. Which is wild, because when I saw the scene, I'm like, cool, I'm like an hour from the end. I was like 5 hours from the end still. So you find out that you've been working for the president the entire time. For anyone who's never going to play this game, you've been working for the new president of
Australia.
Is it APAC?
Yeah, it's APAC, sorry, not Australia.
The government is run by an algorithm called APAS, and the like courier system, that the automated courier system that they use is called APAC. I don't why they're two different acronyms. Anyway, President of the United States is the one that is like, you need to connect Australia, because that will spawn a new plate gate, which will help us to connect different continents via the chiral network. Sick. That's how we got from Mexico to Australia. Sounds great. Get to the end there. Turns out, President, not a real dude, has crabs coming out of his mouth. Very strange. Turns out that 11 years before the events of this game, there was a void out in a city. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same one that opens up the first game. Like, you start the game and there's been a void out, and Sam is the only survivor or something like that, because he's a repatriate. So there's this void out. It kills like a bunch of people. It also kills a bunch of servers, and those servers and the people get intertwined and stranded on a beach. And then those servers are like, cool, how can we stop humanity from becoming like extinct? This is me trying to paraphrase what I think is happening at this point. And their logical solution is that, well, what if we extend the chiral network globally and have this automated delivery system? There's no need for porters, which means people don't need to leave their shelters, which means they're always in their shelters, which means there can never be another void out with a BT, which means humanity circumvents extinction. And that is the plan. It's a very like anti-Terminator-esque plan. And Sam is like, nah, no, not going to happen. And Mr. President Man is like, it is happening. You've done it for me. Like, this is it. This is what's happening. And then all of a sudden, Charlie, who is just a mannequin most of the game, who happens to have the voice of Die Hard Man, comes out. He's like, no. And turns out he was Die Hard Man the entire time. The whole time. He was in a closet in the ship, who knows where, just chilling, just in a little walkie-talkie, like talking as Charlie. But the way he's introduced
is the best.
Matthew,
absolutely.
How is he introduced?
Cinnamon. It's basically a music video. There's another way to describe it. When that happened, I swear to God, I wish I had a recording, because I'm pretty sure I looked at my TV and I was just like, yes. Yes, let's do this.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, it's this hectic like twist moment. You're on a beach with these servers and the president is explaining this. Next thing, there's this mannequin. He's doing ballet. He's singing a very upbeat version of BB's theme. And you're just like, what the fuck is happening?
100%.
But this is how he introduces himself. Why is he doing this way?
That is one of those moments where I'm pretty sure I was like, Lensk, I have to show you something. It's going to make no sense to you, but you have to watch this. Well, it's also funny. So I had a conversation with Darren, because when you chose, at the beginning of the game, you get to choose the voice of Charlie. Okay, who did you choose at the beginning?
I think I chose Deadman, and they were like, nah, he just died. Maybe not. Turns out he's like so big in the story anyway, but sure.
Yeah. No, so when I chose Die Hardman immediately, so I thought, when I started the game, I was like, I chose him. I was like, wow. If I chose someone else, would they have been Charlie the whole... Like, I didn't realize that they force you down this path.
They force you into selecting him, yeah.
What is hilarious is that they're like, oh, you could use the voice of Die Hardman to represent, but it's like very on the nose, like, actually, it's just him the whole time.
It's
like,
so ridiculous. It's those 10 minutes of him revealing he's still alive, and then also revealing that, nah, he hacked the Cupid and actually APAS can go get fucked and all of their plans are like meaningless, which is a very convenient way of just that whole like thing is gone. To him turning to the camera and being like, I bet you figured it out by now, but DHV Magellan is Die Hard Man Vessel. I'm just like, oh my fucking God. This game. I love this game. It is so good. It
is because I kind of been the only, because I think we even joked about it, like every time they mention that machine or vehicle, it's like they never say like the Magellan. It's just always the DHV Magellan. Sam, we are all aboard the DHV Magellan. Sam, and it's like, what the hell does DHV stand for? And honest to God, not once did it cross my mind like Die Hardman vehicle, whatever the hell it was.
Vessel.
But when
they also like give it a different name. Like there's a whole flashback with Tarman, and he's like, "Oh, this is the Deep Tar hunting vessel."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Die Hardman's like, yeah, but it has another name.
Yeah. So when they say that, it's just like this. We're like, whoa, this whole time.
The fact that he looked at the camera, he's like, I'm sure some of you have figured it out. Yeah. It's like, oh my God.
See, there's stuff like that where the wrong person will play the game. Not the wrong person, but you'll get a gamer like, Kojima is full of bullshit. Like, this is stupid. And you know what? You're right. But I'm not that person. I look at it, I'm like, yes, Kojima, more of this. Don't stop giving me your bullshit.
I think the place where people get confused when you talk about Kojima stuff and you're like, it's full of bullshit like this, and they go, that sounds silly, that just doesn't sound interesting or fun. I think people misconstrue these moments as the whole game is like this, and it's not. These are the small moments of like levity peppered into a pretty absurdist story that is very earnest and emotional, but it's there to just vary the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
And just remind you, like, you know, there's a hectic stuff going on, but there are moments to smile about things as well. And like when they're traveling to the beach, for example, they're traveling now to the beach where Higgs is at, and they go through this whole like underwater thing where they all make like a friendship circle holding hands or whatever. And Die Hardman is in the middle there, and he's just pretending to hold his breath while looking at the camera. And I cried. It was just,
it's so
what
good.
the fuck is he doing? It's just like all these things, they all look so serene. They're lending their power to Fragile so that she can take them to the beach. And he's sitting there holding his fucking Charlie mannequin with his cheeks puffed up, looking at the camera, smiling.
Yeah,
And I fucking lost it.
It's premium bullshit, but I'm here for it.
It's so funny. But then, like, so you have this moment, okay, that now that is happened when you're traveling. We'll get to like Higgs soon, because I think Higgs is so much better in this game than he is in the first game, like monumentally better. But prior to going to the beach, you're sent back to Mexico to go and fetch something that is like sentimental to you and Fragile and Higgs, okay? And it's at this point that it's already been revealed to Sam, although you as a player kind of know this most of the game already, that Lou, or Sam's BB from the first game, is dead, like gone. He's been carrying around this BB pod. It's been empty the entire time. The rest of the crew didn't say anything because they needed Sam to like slowly process his trauma from Lou dying, which is like pretty fucked up. Like, it's heavy. I'm
gonna interrupt you quickly though. Did you think that Lou was there or not? Because from the beginning, I was like, no, like he's imagining it, surely.
Yeah, 100%. I knew he was imagining it, and like there are also moments where like someone would say, "Oh, but the pod is," and like Fragile would cut them off. Like, you know, it was very obvious that there was nothing in that pod. Also, there were times when the pod had like little tentacles in it. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Like Kojima.
Definitely. They also hand wave that away in such an odd way. They're like, Darman's like, "I've been powering your Audra deck the entire time." I'm like, how? Please tell me how. Like, okay. Anyway, so there's been this whole thing. You need to now, Higgs is like stolen Tomorrow, who's Elle Fanning, different character, taking her to the beach. You need to get there. And now Sam is still like trying to process that, you know, Lou is gone. The Higgs is like still alive after you think you've killed him. You got to go to this beach, this whole thing. While you're traveling across Australia again and then back to Mexico, you're getting, I don't know if you saw this, you're getting messages from Higgs the entire time. He's sending you, it is the most fucked up, disturbing shit I've seen this in this game. He's sending you things like, oh, look at Lou taking her first steps, and like, remember this moment, like all these like fake memories from a Lou that obviously will never come to pass because he killed him. Yeah. And he's sending them to like Sam's community. It's so messed up. And then 5 minutes later, you've got Die Hardman pretending to be underwater and holding his breath while you travel to the beach. It's like, that's the sort of like variety you're playing 100%. With. It is so ridiculous, but in that it doesn't take anything away from this moment of like real horror of what Higgs is and what he's doing. And the way that the game is able to do that is like, show me another example of a game managing that. Like, it's impossible. It's crazy. For sure.
And I do think we will talk about Higgs, but I think Troy Baker like ate up this role. I think
100%.
It's
100%.
He obviously did it. I mean, he did a great job in the first game, but in this game, I think it was just like he just dialed it up so much. And he just completely made that character his own in such a great way. Yeah, super evil.
He should be
such a dickhead.
Like he did a great job as Indiana Jones. He should be nominated for this over Indiana Jones at the Game Awards.
I also feel.
I don't even.
Yeah, it's because it's just not. I don't mean in a negative, but he was only nominated for Indiana Jones.
Correct. Yeah. Correct.
I don't know. It's
He's
a difficult one
so
because
good,
he was so good as Indiana Jones as well. So I don't know how they chose.
But I
it.
think also there, like Indiana Jones, he's a good Indiana Jones voice. Here, it's not just the voice.
It's like an original
performance
character.
capture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all of those, like that monologue he has on the beach is phenomenal. Like just so well acted. The camera is like almost just entirely on his face the entire time. It is, for all intents and purposes, he's been filmed, relaying this really long monologue about how he was left on the beach and how because time moves differently on the beach, he's been there for tens of thousands of years and how lonely it was for him. And it almost makes you feel, again, really sad for this character who an hour ago was busy tweeting fucking pictures of your dead child to you. It's insane, and it somehow works. He's phenomenal. Like in this game, I was worried about them bringing Higgs back just because I thought he was kind of like, he wasn't boring in the first one. He was a lot of set dressing and very little like substance. They brought him back and gave him so much more character.
Yeah, it was.
I think he works as like a perfect foil to Sam. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, I think that look in this game he is still just like evil, but in the first game it was like, he's just a bad guy. He's just
I didn't really understand why he was a bad guy in the first one.
Now,
it's just all revenge. Yeah,
like I get why he's so cross. Why he's being such an
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, again, these moments of darkness. He jumps Sam again. He jumps Sam when you're making a delivery, which is really funny to me because like you have handed in so many deliveries at this point that I'm almost button mashing through the thing of like, let me just skip all the like fucking score things that come up and whatever. Let me turn around and continue. And it has that like momentary hitch of like, oh, did I not press X? And Dollman is like, Guitar Goblin. And I'm just like, what? And I turn around and it's Higgs. And that's when he fucking hits you with the flamethrower on the flamethrower on his guitar.
100%. It's normal.
Yeah. Dollman, calling him a guitar goblin, you being burned to death by a guitar. It's all good stuff. But he burns Sam alive continuously, knowing that Sam will always revive himself because he's a repatriate. And like him just gleefully going, this is what your life is going to be now. You are going to revive, burn, and die for eternity. And I'm like, wow, it's pretty hectic. That's
pretty messed
quite
up.
A bit going on there.
Yeah.
Higgs, maniacal villain, like mustache twirling bad guy, but pretty fucking hectic underneath all of that as well.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a game. Man.
There's so much. I popped when when you first travel to the beach and it does the whole thing of like the camera going inside someone's mouth and then you seeing like the baby and then you kind of being revived, but this time the DHV Magellan pops out of the baby's mouth and flies through this. Oh my God.
Like, what is going on?
Bless this fucking game. The moment where Dead Man puts his soul into one of the big giant BB things and then they cut off its head and he grabs the DHV Magellan and puts it on top there. And then the whole thing turns into some fucking Megas XLR like thing. And that is all happening while you're running across the beach to go and confront Higgs. It is fucking mental, this game. It is so good. Higgs gets killed by Lou. How? I don't know. Lou gets birthed out of the sky and eats him.
How? We don't know. It doesn't matter. It happens.
Why is tomorrow suddenly not an extinction entity? Who knows? Who the fuck cares? As well. No. Like at that point I was like, I don't care. This is cool. Tomorrow is Sam's daughter. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Let's go with it.
Yeah. I'm willing
the final line of the game, I'm your Louise. Fucking cinema. Great. I love this game. It's good.
Great. Yeah,
it's so good.
It is that though. And it is again like it just comes down to, for me, the whole time I played it and just when I think back on it, it's just like fond memories. That's it.
Yeah.
The whole time.
I straight up, I was telling Shani now just before we started recording because I stayed up till like almost midnight last night finishing this because let's calm down. I started playing again at 8 because I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm at the end of this. And then it just kept going and going and going. And I just couldn't stop. I was like, I cannot pause here. I can't
carry on.
Pause, come back, and it's like half an hour away, you know? And I got to the end of it, and it's been pretty rare lately for a game to kind of, I get to the end and I'm kind of almost like speechless. There's that like feeling of something's lost now because it's over. It's that like high of it being over. And I just sat there watching the credits, and it's kind of touching at the end. Kojima dedicates the game to the guy behind Low Roar because he died just before the game came out, which is like really cool when you consider how much of that music is still in the game.
Yeah.
But it's just, I got to the end, I was like, wow, is this the best thing I've played this year? Is this like my favorite game of the year? How? This game that I dropped like 2 months ago, and just decided to come back to on a whim. It's so, it's weird. It's a feeling. I've been thinking about the game all day as well. It's really something else, and there's really nothing else like it. It's definitely going to be up there, if not my favorite thing of the year, which is kind of nuts. Because a month ago, if you had asked me, it would be like I might not finish this game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But it's also it's one of those things where Louis touched on it earlier. I'm very excited for the movie. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think the movie will like come close to just playing through the whole game. It'll never compare in that same way. It's just, there's something different about it. When you, like you said, when you got to the final chapter of the game and you had to take the monorail back to the beginning, it's like you were there the whole journey. Like you can't put that on screen. It'll just never translate. This game works this story works best as a game. And it's phenomenal.
And I'm very glad they did that thing again of you are retracing your steps through it, because it is kind of remarkable to be like, I've spent 50 hours getting to this point. I need to go back, and it's just like that. Oh wow, I did a lot. Like it's almost like a looking back on your life thing and being like, look at what I achieved, look at what I did, look at all the challenges that were ahead of me, and look how. Just look at the journey that we took to get here. And I think you're right. Like, I don't know how a movie captures that feeling, because that only comes through having struggled through getting to each of those points and getting past certain challenges and taking the time to make that journey.
What do you mean? The best part of the movie is going to be the 2 hours that Sam spends picking up enough resources to finish the road.
God damn it.
What are you talking
Repairing a mine and monorailing it all the way to another point. It's
like 3 hours of that, then 1 hour of story. No, I'm glad you finished it. And
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, no, sorry. I heard something outside. I got through most of the game never killing someone until probably the last hour. I did not know that Higgs's guitar kills people. I rolled into a fucking camp with that thing, and I was like, people are gonna see me now. I took out one guy, and Dollman's like, Sam, you just killed that guy. We need to take his body away from here before it becomes a void out. I was like, fuck. Loaded that thing into a car, drove it all the way to a station to dispose of the body.
That's great.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
Yeah. I mean,
last thing. Please tell me you saw the cutscene with the pizza chef.
Which one?
Where you actually enter his shelter, and it's like a fucking Matrix scene, and he's like fighting you while making a pizza at the same time.
Oh, so I never played it, but I'm sure I saw it as a clip somewhere.
It's so good.
Or did I? Because I did a couple of his quests. I don't know the whole thing.
You get the rubber pizza as a reward for that, and you can use that as a stealth item. So you can throw this rubber pizza at people's heads, and it knocks them out.
Game of the year, right there. I mean, the level of bullshit. So, last thing I'll say about this game, for those of you who loved Metal Gear Solid 5, for the sheer diversity and ability to like bullshit through that playground, you could do so much in that game that was just absurd, because they gave you so many tools to play. I mean, there are clips of Metal Gear Solid 5 with the like inflatable snake just causing so much havoc, and the level of things you can do with just that item. Death Stranding 2 is just that on steroids. There are so many
100%.
things you can unlock, and so you get access to a lot of tools just through playing the game, but a lot of a rubber pizza is like a side content. You might never see it, but there are some things I got as I was like, why is this in the game? Who looked at this thought like, yes, put this in here? Kojima's like, yes.
I love it.
No, I'm there.
There's so many
love
things
it
in
as well.
there where I got it and I was like, I need to use this right now.
Immediate-
Like a dog mine. I'm like, I need to
I mean,
see how this works
a
right
flying
now.
coffin, a guitar that shoots.
Yes,
like,
I can surf across the sand in a coffin.
Why? That doesn't matter.
Why
you just
not?
Can.
I can also use a grenade to capture a giant BT like a fucking Pokemon.
Yes.
And then deploy him
Why
in the
is that
battlefield.
in the game?
It's so good.
It's just there.
This game really is the Metal Gear Solid 5 version of the first game. Like, if you were off-put by that first game because you didn't think it was
You're not enough tools.
Kojima or Metal Gear Solid enough, play this game. Because if you enjoyed MGS5, you will absolutely love this game. Like, I can
100%,
guarantee you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
Great game. Please play it.
Death Stranding
Tell us.
2, one of the games of the year by far. Just top tier, exceptional bullshit that is just also really, yeah, that story was good. That story is fucking great. And if we never get a Death Stranding from Kojima ever again, he went out on a high on that one. Like, top tier. Yeah.
So good.
Fucking so good.
What will his next game be like? I don't know. Will it be better than Death Stranding? Don't know. Well,
I'm actually curious because, like, how much bullshit can you put into a game like OD, which seems to be like a very hardcore horror game?
Yeah.
Like, very curious to see how that goes.
It is,
but
yeah.
I'm here for it.
What is, yeah. It is, when you've explained Death Stranding to like these very hardcore emotional moments, like with, the super light-hearted stuff. Will he do that? Will there be Kojima bullshit in this horror game? Like, I don't know.
It would feel so weird without it, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But I don't know how he fits that into that sort of... Then again, like, if you go look at the very first trailer for Death Stranding, like, it plays very straight-faced and very, like, somber and sad and whatever. Like, you would never believe it was like this based on that trailer. So
No.
maybe we shouldn't take the first trailer for a game at face value.
No,
put it
for
that
sure.
way. Yeah.
But remember, we're going to move off Death Stranding, but remember that first trailer for Death Stranding? We were at E3.
We were there.
Yeah.
We were there.
We were like, what is this game?
It was fucking weird, man. You saw Norman
is
Reedus with
going
like
on?
C-section cuts on his stomach,
Yeah. Like,
and then
what is going
cradling
on?
like a BT baby,
Like, what is this
and
baby?
then whales on a beach.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
Kojima came out on stage and was like, I haven't even started a studio yet. This will take some time. But that first trailer, that's literally what we got. Like, he didn't stray far from that. So,
No.
yeah.
Man had a vision and he nailed it.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. This is really the last thing. But when you get near the end and they put you back on the same mountain that you started the game on, and it's just snowing and you're doing the exact same thing as the beginning, and the music,
It's really good. Music in that
so
game.
good. It's so good. God damn. Yeah, it's fucking great.
Yes, we
Do you
can
think
let
Kojima loves smoking? He makes everyone smoke
in
in that game.
that
It's
game, yeah.
crazy.
He also finds
Yeah.
a million ways to make people smoke. It's like,
Yeah, like,
let's, instead of just having Fragile, let's give her 2 extra hands so she could do something cool, like smoke. Kojima says
whose
this,
hands are those? Whose hands are those?
I can't.
Because there's a moment where the baby is around her neck and it looks like the hands. I'm like, that doesn't
No
make
idea.
sense.
No idea whose hands they are.
Because then Tomorrow has them at the end as well.
Yeah. It's like, maybe they belong to Dead Man. Don't know. We'll never know.
Oh, fuck. I mean, he was pretty much like in everyone else's subconscious the entire game. So
I do love
Yeah.
Dead Man's goodbyes. Like, by the way, Sam, I'm dead. Goodbye. Like, walks off. What? So good.
Oh, good times. Sorry. Okay, let's move on.
Death
Hades
Stranding.
2.
Okay, Hades.
Because I'm not the only person who finished a game this week.
Yeah, it was wild.
Hades
Actually,
2.
we like swapped notes. Like, cool. I finished Death Stranding a while ago, and then so I finished Hades 2, and Hades 2, man, that is no small feat to roll credits in that game, because
Yeah.
finishing that game entails doing so, and it's not clear. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but in Hades 1, I'm pretty sure. Maybe if it wasn't explicitly in the game, I remember reading early on, like, you got to beat Hades 10 times to like get the true ending.
Yeah, I don't
It
know
is
if it
like-
was that explicit, but
But it felt
Yeah.
that it was more like, I've just got to keep playing the game, and like that's it.
yeah.
This game was like, cool, I'm just going to keep doing runs. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm like, where is the end of this game? Like, it's just cool that like I'm unlocking stuff constantly. Oh, okay, now I'm getting the tools to. but like it was never clear of like how many more runs would it be. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a bad way. It was just weird to me how there was just no like clear end in sight. I mean, you know what you're trying to do, but there's no like clear indication of how long would it take. That said, I finally rolled credits to the game, and man, Hades 2, Game of the Year contender as well. Like, no doubts. Okay,
top
like,
tier.
I've rolled credits and this post game stuff. I'm like, of course I'm gonna do the post game stuff. Have you done the post game stuff? Have you?
I haven't done. No, I kind of like. I'd played so much at that point. I'd played.
Yeah, you've played a lot,
like
more than
80, 90 hours. I was like, I need to move on to stuff, but I do want to come back. Have you played some post game stuff?
I've done. Like, I know what I'm trying to do, and I have an idea of what I have to do to get it. But I mean, it's again one of the things where I'm like, it's just a grinding thing now of playing the game enough to tick off enough things on that fated list to like progress this post game story or quest, whatever it is. But I mean, I'm like 45, 50 hours in, and that's when I've rolled credits. So that's how long it took me to finish the game. And those were...
It's a long game.
That was time well spent. Absolutely loved it. I think, and like we've spoken about it at length, but just the way that game is balanced and how I'm still being fed dialogue, contextual dialogue, new dialogue. It's just, I haven't hit a wall of things where I talk to an NPC like, I actually have nothing to say to you. It's always something new. Now that I've rolled credits, like, oh, well, anyway, you've done just new stuff. And then even beyond that, it's like I do random things, like I'll equip a keepsake and then I'll do a specific thing in a run, and then the boss will be like, I see you've done this and this. I'm like, that is so specific. Why did they think I would do this and put it in the game? It is the level of detail and polishing the game is unreal. Like I don't know of any other game that gives that much love to like that level of detail in terms of dialogue and just things. Like, where does it end? Like, I don't know. What happens when I run out of dialogue? What do people say? Because I don't know what I'd expect.
I think I encountered that very briefly, especially near the end of, like, when I was getting down to nearly hitting credits. I'd played so many runs at that point.
Yeah.
It's not that they run out of dialogue. It's like, so every now and then I'd get to a boss like Eris or, I don't really know, like Prometheus. And instead of like a 2 or 3, line exchange between him and Leneway, he would just say one line and the fight would start.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, okay, there's no like context to add or no additional story. But each of those lines was still unique.
Still different,
and they were still voiced. So it's like, is there just like an endless bank of those things just chilling there, waiting? Yeah, it's nuts. I don't know how. And like you said, there's post game stuff as well. So
yeah, there's like a whole post game quest that I've unlocked now and I'm trying to do. And I think the game does.
Have you got the fates back? Because that's something I never did.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That is like, to me, the post game quest of like, cool. Okay, so spoilers. If you planning on playing Hades 2 and you don't want story stuff spoiled, now's the time to stop and turn away. Stop the car. Put the volume down. So I've turned Chronos good. I've rolled credits, and now the thing is like they contextualize the story of, oh, you need to like now keep on, nipping it in the bud. Closing these other potential
different
routes.
Chronuses and different timelines.
Yeah, and what's the Boston Surface Typhon? Like killing these different versions. But while you're doing that, where are the fates? Like, where do we find them? And the only clue that I have is like, oh, there's on the fated list. There's just these things of like, there's like, I don't know if it's a main quest, but it's like the top thing where it is like befriend the person who raised you. And then and that to me, I know is you giving nectars and like building friendship bonds with specific characters. They don't tell you who they are, they give you hints, and I think it's pretty obvious to figure out who's who. So I'm going to try to trigger that, and I think that will lead to either them revealing them or like another step of something like, I hope it's not just the thing I'm ticking off, because it's like right on top. So I'm hoping it's the one to help with the fates. But I haven't done that, to answer your question. I haven't got them back.
Yeah, I never got them back either. I'm not entirely sure how you get them back. That sounds like the right way to go about it. I'm not sure if that specific fate is that, because I think that's just a character thing. Like,
No,
have you finished your bonds with any characters?
with chaos, and that's ticked on the fate list.
Moros.
No, the like actual chaos. The dude who takes like a blood offering. And the chaos gates,
him.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You finished the link with him and no one else.
No, not yet. I'm like very close with others.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's odd. Okay, that's a strange one.
Yeah, I was just zoned in on that character. It's like
I finished them with a bunch, and each like character you end up like getting to the end of that is another one off the fated list. So it could be that the one you're looking at is just Hecate.
no, there's. I'll send you a screenshot after we recorded. There's
Okay,
like
maybe it is.
there's
different.
like 6 people, and like one's ticked off, and that's chaos. And I know one is Hecate, one is Moros, I think, and there are 2 others. Yeah, but I'll get there. Have you?
Who did your Millennium date?
I don't know if I've dated anyone. I've given ambrosia to a lot of people. I've been to the tavern with a lot of people. I haven't dated anyone though. Been to the hot springs with a lot of people. I don't know.
You got to progress
Remember,
those relationships.
you've played a lot more than me in terms of hours, so I'm like very close to maxing out. But I'm not.
That's
I'm
true,
not
because
quite
you can
there.
only do so many things
Yeah.
per night. So
And I'm
yeah.
at the
No,
point now. I'm like, we need more ambrosia. Got to like start crafting.
you've got a lot of
this
good
and-
character stories you still haven't seen.
Yeah.
Oof. There's a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah.
I think the characters are really cool as well. Like the whole new cast is really solid. What are your impressions of a lot of the new faces? Because I mean, there's a lot of returning people as well,
Yeah.
but I found the new characters equally
No,
good.
I like. It's funny. I was trying to think. Where did I see it? I saw a clip from the first game, and then it was Zagreus talking to Achilles. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot Achilles was in the first game, and I suppose the Achilles of this game is
Odysseus.
Odysseus, yeah. That whole Crossroad cast is so good. I love Hecate is a great character as well. I like it's quite something to watch how she like guides Millennium away, and then at the end she's like kill Kronos, and she like has to come around to be like, okay, you've actually made the right choice in sparing him, whatever. I don't know. I just like all of them. I don't think I have a favorite. Like, and it's interesting how they all have. It's not interesting. I mean, it's obvious, but they all have a good story to follow. For example, Nemesis. She's always such like a dick to you. You know, you kind of have to figure out why she's just hardcore to you. And then it's nice to see over time how she slowly like opens up to you and softens a bit. And do you see like, oh, okay, like there's a character underneath here. It's just done so well. It's such an interesting thing because Hades 1 was the game. It was like, actually, you can give a story to a roguelike.
100%.
You don't have to, but it's so much better for it if you have almost like agency to do runs, get resources, come back, get a bit of story, loop back, go through a run, get more story while you're doing the run. It's insane. It's really, really good.
So we like very briefly discussed it in Discord just because we were trying to be mindful of spoilers to everyone else there, but there's been some discourse around the game's ending. Funnily enough, a lot of people don't like it. I think it works really well. Just because it's not, I guess everyone just expected you to just kill Kronos, and that's like not what happens.
No.
I really like the idea of Millennium having to reconcile that this character now, this Kronos who she wants to kill, isn't the same one that she initially wanted to kill. This is the one that actually was there with her growing up, actually was a member of that family and didn't do all the terrible shit that she knows him for.
Yeah.
But by the same time, those memories aren't just inserted into her brain. She still has to, like her like troubled upbringing isn't erased by that. And that's like I found that quite interesting because she has to find the forgiveness herself. It's not like, oh, okay, her memories are replaced. She totally sees Kronos as a good guy now.
Yeah.
I think there's even a line there where she's like, that wasn't my reality,
Mm.
even though that's now his reality, which is, I think it's so interesting. There's so many like questions and ways you have to think about how Millennium has to come around on that idea. And same thing for Hecate.
Mm.
And I get that people might think that that's very tidily like wrapped up, but I just think it's an interesting way to think about that ending rather than like, yo, you killed Kronos, sick, well done.
Yeah,
You know?
I think it's the more interesting ending as well. Even though, look, it's weird because I think a lot of games or movies or stories that have ambiguous endings are typically rooted in like some sort of tragedy or conflict, like it's unresolved. Whereas this is very much like a positive spin of like, oh, you don't kill him. But in that being said, like what you've just touched on, it's like, yeah, you don't, but the themes around it are just more interesting, more fascinating to like look into and think about. And even that aside, like if I were to simplify it, I was saying to you that like I've recently just finished is it Stephen Fry's books, the first one Mythos and the second one Heroes, I think. Like I've just finished
I think it's the other way around, but yes, yeah.
No, Mythos is the first one and Heroes is the second
Is
one.
Mythos the first one? And then Heroes, and then it's Odyssey, I think, after
No,
that.
the third one
or
is
Troy.
and then the fourth one's Odyssey.
Troy,
So I read
Odyssey,
the first two.
yeah.
So that stuff's like very fresh in my mind. And what's funny is that Greek myth, a lot of it's just like it's tragedy. A lot of it is sad. Like you read about Theseus and Heracles and all these characters, like, oh wow, such cool characters. Man, they made like such cuck ends. Zeus, what a dude, except he's a complete dick. Like all of these people. So I quite like that Supergiants they've taken obviously that foundation, but they've given this like really likable spin to a lot of the characters. Like they've given a more positive view of Greek mythology. And there's still these undertones. Like you talk to Zeus, and Zeus is still like a bit up his own in his own head, like, you know, I'm Zeus, whatever. Hera, you can see in her dialogue still very much like Zeus is a dick, but like I put up with him. But overall, there's like this positive spin and like there's a happy ending, if that makes sense. And I think it makes sense in context of the story as well, where the whole I get why players can be pissed off, like, oh, you know, the whole game is death to Kronos, but it doesn't make sense as to Millennium as a character, and even just the whole game where it is like just stopping him. But stopping doesn't mean like just killing him outright. You know, there's an alternate solution, and the way they come to that, it's I think it's just very cool how she's very much like, yeah, we're gonna kill him. Zagreus, you gotta help me, and then he's like, why? Like you're asking me to just help you kill this dude. Like I don't know why. And then them coming to the conclusion like, we don't have to do it, and it pays off. I'm like, that's cool. I didn't expect it to be like that, and I quite like the ending for that.
The only criticism I have of it, and I think it was just a in the moment thing. I didn't really understand why it was happening. Was Zagreus makes the decision without Millennium? Like they have done all this stuff. They've agreed this is what they're gonna do. He confronts Kronos with the spear thing and is like, "Hold up, let me just talk to him."
No,
and there's nothing before that kind of like hints that that's what he's gonna do, or that's the sort of thinking he has.
Which is interesting because I wonder, because you played a lot of early access, so I wonder, like, how did your save game work? You didn't start the game from scratch, for example, when it like launched, okay? Because there is Millennium is the one, I think, who says to Zagreus on one of the talks through the mirror of like, just try talking to him, or I can't remember, but there was a conversation. It wasn't just random. So when he spoke to him, it was like, oh, he is going to try that.
Huh.
Which makes me wonder,
if
like,
they added that.
Yeah, like was it added or something? Because I saw, and when he did, I was like, oh, okay, that's how.
Because they did slightly change something. I know about 2 or 3 weeks after the game launched, there was a patch note that said that they had. I read the patch note and was just under the assumption that they had added certain lines to contextualize certain things because players were getting to the end maybe too quickly and they hadn't had enough conversations with characters to contextualize a lot of what was happening around them. And so I thought they had done that. I didn't realize that maybe, I don't recall that. Maybe it was said and I don't recall it, but I mean, it just felt odd that Zagreus did that when it was like he arrived then, his whole intention was to kill
No, it wasn't out of the
Cronus
blue.
at that point. So
But
yeah,
I'm just.
I did really enjoy that moment where he gives Cronus this whole time to consider that position, and then Cronus, I can't remember what he says, but he says something like, kind of sarcastically, and Zagreus is just like, "Okay, I'm gonna kill you now."
Yes.
And he just like runs. I just thought that was quite funny.
No,
Yeah,
but
was good.
it is contextualized. I just can't remember who brought up the idea, but I'm pretty sure it was Millennium who says to Zagreus, like, Cronus is he's just a grumpy old grandpa because, family feuds, blah, blah, blah. Just try to talk to him. And then if he doesn't bite, then you kill him or whatever. It was definitely mentioned.
Sense,
yeah. It was mentioned. I just can't remember if she said to him or he said to her.
Because I think it just sat wrong with me that the whole game is about Millennium and her story, and it essentially resolves and gets hijacked by a decision Zagreus makes without her. And that was the only point I had at the end that I was like, this feels a bit weird. But the rest of it I thought was really well handled and very surprisingly handled, which I'd rather take over just like a very clean, like, you killed Cronus, congrats. There's actually more Cronuses out there because of the timeline shit. Like, that would have been so predictable and boring, I think. So,
no.
Yeah, it's
also
it's a good story.
I think it also just gives light on like a lot of themes like forgiveness and like bearing the past, and I enjoy it more for that. So yeah. I'm happy with the ending.
What was your favorite boss?
Man, it's wild how when that game starts, like, these bosses are so hard, and now you play them, like, man, you can like
absolutely rinse. What's the Cyclops dude?
I can't think of his name. Poly something.
Whatever him. I used to think he was so difficult, and now it's
I love
barely a thought.
Who voice acts that person? I love their dialogue.
So good.
It's
so good.
Favorite boss? I think I like the Sirens. Probably it's just stand out for me.
Yeah.
They just the way that boss fight exists and how over enough runs they're like, we thought of a new song, we're gonna sing it to you. And there's just like a different backing track, and then how the track will change based on like who you defeat first, whatever. Just so good. Yeah.
That to me was the moment where I knew this game was going to be good, and that was there from day one on early access. That boss was there, and the mechanics of it were there, and it's just like, okay, if they've got this cooking already, like, what is another year going to give them? That I think the Sirens were my favorite by far in early access. I do think though Prometheus ends up being my favorite just because of how technical that fight can get.
Yeah,
I think it's so smart, and that boss fight was such a skill check for me for such a long time, because it was like, no, you cannot just brute force your way through this. He will absolutely melt you if you decide to do that. You have to really consider getting around him. And it just felt like a puzzle at the same time.
Use your
really
brain
dug him
when he does that fire. Shit, it's like, damn it.
Do you know how many times I was in bed because I'm playing on Steam Deck and Shani's watching TV, and then all of a sudden I'm going top, bottom,
yes.
top. She's like, what are you doing?
That's exactly.
I'm trying to remember what I'm doing.
That's good, because
I'm calling out fucking safe spaces. Essentially.
Yeah, the first few times I was like, okay, I don't know if you had the same thing, but the first few times I thought I was like, okay, the fire, like, avoid the top, avoid the bottom, and then eventually I was like, no, just like call out what's the safe zone. Then I did the same thing. I'm like, I don't think I said top, middle, bottom. I was like 1, 3, 2, 1, 3.
And then you get absolutely fucked when you're like 1, 3. Oh God, how do I get right to the bottom immediately? Like,
damn it, yeah, it's good.
It's good. And Ben Starr, I think, Ben Starr doesn't get tons to do with Prometheus, but he's got that like raspiness and solemnness to Prometheus's character, who is quite a tragic character as well. Yeah. Also, fuck that bird. Oh my God.
When I hate that bird so much.
Rocks up in a battle arena and just like head charges you.
Takes all my health. Absolutely. I want to cry.
Yeah, I hate that bird. I also think Typhon is a good boss fight, but Typhon's area is so well done, I think. Like, it really is pushing to kill you very quickly, that entire run up to him. And I think it's very cool how they hide his health bar every single time you play him. Because it is the first time I beat him, the euphoria, because I had no clue if I was close or
how
not.
close
Like I
are
was
you?
just,
Yeah.
I'm just like, if I get hit 1 or 2 more times, I'm dead. And
Mm.
you just go, you keep going, you keep
Yeah.
going. I think it's so good. It's really
Yeah.
smartly done. Yeah.
Another game of the year contender.
I do
man.
like
Damn.
fighting little 3-headed dog boy Cerberus too.
So,
Good
but
fight.
it isn't. But just every boss fight. I mean, they're not like a cakewalk. But when you've learned them, it's like,
No.
oh, it's not that difficult. Like you just learn the
Yeah.
patterns. They are very well designed. Actually, like very straightforward once you've got them figured out. I mean, I
Yeah,
still
absolutely.
down. Not to say like, oh, I just breeze through everything. But there are times.
Oh yeah,
when,
I mean, Kronos can catch you off guard every now and then.
Mm.
Like he kills you very quickly.
Oh,
So
I had a question about Kronos. That last fight you fight him, could you die in that third phase? Because I
that's a good
died.
question. I didn't, but I'm not sure.
No, because I had a point as like, oh, okay, like there's an extra phase now. This is the final version of Kronos. Like I'm gonna finish the game now, whatever. And I was like, oh shit, I might have death defiances. And then he killed me. I was like, oh, like I'm gonna have to do it again. Then I got up. I was like, oh, and I died like 2 or 3 more times. And I was like, is there no fail state in this third phase? Like I wonder.
Oh, interesting.
If there, because I mean, you do a lot of stuff at the crossroads in that cauldron. Like there are a lot of spells that happen. Some of them are completely optional. Some of them are story specific. It's like that. I know you do a spell. It's like, make Kronos vulnerable, whatever it was. I'm like, oh, was the whole purpose of the spell that like I can't die against him, or did I have more death defiances than I thought? Because I'm like, no, I died like I'm sure I ran out. So I don't know if it's like there's no fail state in that third phase. Because did you do it first time, or did you have to do it a couple times, or did you just happen to do it
well,
first
when I got
time?
to that third phase, I did it first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. I just did it, but I don't know if that was like intentional or.
Huh. That's interesting. I honestly just thought it was another phase, and like if you died, you had to come back.
Unless your death defiances all replenish in the third phase, but that wouldn't make any sense either. Like, why would they give them back to you?
I guess at that point, it's just you're locked in for that story moment. It's like,
yeah, maybe.
No, you gotcha. You need to do this thing. Yeah. Interesting.
I don't know. I'll look it up. Well, actually, I just meant to ask you. Yeah. Good game.
Near the end of the game, I started rolling with that Arcana card that made you more powerful when you had no death defiances.
I still need to try that. The best thing. Did you ever use? I can't remember who gives you the keepsake, but there's one where you can activate, like it'll activate more Arcana cards after a Guardian. There's a keepsake. I can't remember who.
Yes.
But did you ever have it where you activate? It activates like the bottom right Hades card, which itself activates more cards after beating Guardians, which means that you inevitably have like a full thing.
You just have everything at that point.
It's like, man, I'm untouchable.
It is so good. There's so many good keepsakes. I don't think I even have all of them. I think I'm missing 2 or 3, and I don't know where to get them.
I don't know where to get them either. Yeah. I don't know. I've spoken to everyone.
There must be some new characters post game, or maybe the Fates give you one or something like that.
No idea.
Now that you're doing post game, you need to do the thing where you can start combining bosses. So there's certain, there's like, I don't know if it's through the fear thing. You can make runs harder for certain rewards. I think eventually you get to a tier there where when you reach certain bosses, they're a combination of them. So like you will have what was the one? It was the sirens and the little octopus thing that's on the Theseus ship. Like he will pop in there and fight at the same time. There's another one where Heracles and Cerberus fight together against you, which seems kind of nuts. Yeah, so every boss has like this alternative combo thing that you can try and experience. Yeah, I did want to give that a go.
I did laugh with speaking of the chaos difficulty, blah blah whatever. There's what's the skeleton's name? Skelemius.
Yes, Skelemius. I think so.
Where he's like,
he's funny. I like him.
There's these things in the corner here. You gotta unlock. You gotta do enough chaos to unlock them. Eventually, I rolled credits and I was like, okay, let me like now grind out these chaos things. I was like, it'll be a new weapon. It'll be a new something, whatever. unlock it first. It's a statue. I'm like, even Millennium is like, what? Like, what is this? It's like very nice.
What's the statue of?
Of Millennium.
Oh, I thought it was of Skeliamus. That would have been so much funnier.
No. I see. You must have done it though. If you've done a couple of the couch runs.
I never did all of them, so I never got to see what was under those tops.
No, I've only unlocked the one. It's literally a statue of her with like this.
Is that
like
it?
Ripped 6-pack. Yeah, it is like, there you go. I was like, why? Why is this here? It's so funny.
He's so funny. I dig him so much.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Who was
I
your
really
best
enjoyed it.
pet pal? As your last question.
I always went with a cat, but I will say I love the cat, but the handiest one was what animal is it? Is it a weasel?
The ferret.
The ferret. Yeah,
the ferret. Yeah, 100%.
Who like takes damage, man. Comes in
Yeah.
clutch. Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
I also can't think now.
Yeah, he's really good. He takes hits for you. The cats is also probably my second favorite, just because of the way can really synchronize with some builds, especially because she's stationary.
Yeah.
So you know exactly where like any abilities that latch onto her will hit.
Yeah.
It's also just funny to me that the cat, out of all the animal familiars, is the only one you have to actively wake up to do anything.
Yes, to do
I just
anything.
think that's quite funny. Yeah.
It's
I think
great.
That's quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, game's good. Really enjoyed it.
Hades 2, what a game. Game of the
So
year
good.
contention. This is just game of
It's
the year,
gonna
the
be-
podcast, essentially.
That's what? Oh, yeah, it is. We've played
This
through
was
the
game
best
of the year, the
games.
podcast, yeah.
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 But that's it. I think I've got nothing else to talk about today, and we've hit the 1 hour 20 mark.
Yeah, crazy, actually, considering it was just
Wild.
2 games that we were speaking
We had
about,
lots to
so-
say.
Yeah. 2 very good. Who knew? Video games in 2025, really fucking good.
Who knew?
Who could have told you that? Damn.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
We
first.
had no idea otherwise.
But, you know, Half-Life 3 is still coming out before the end of the year, so who knows what
Apparently.
could happen.
Apparently.
Apparently,
We'll
seemingly more
I
unlikely.
don't know. We'll see.
Could you imagine just like, oh yeah, here's Half-Life 3 and it's out now? Nah, there's no way. That'll never happen.
I don't think it'll happen, but I could
Never.
imagine it being that way. Just like a surprise.
I could, yeah. I'm still holding out hope it's going to be announced this year. But we'll see.
I think it's a good chance at the Game Awards, but we don't know.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Although I thought that last year as well, and then got
no, but
absolutely
this year seems
rolled
more
on that.
likely
So
than anything.
we'll see. Anyway,
We'll see.
by the time you're hearing this, maybe you will know. No, that's not true. The Game Awards on like 2 weeks from now. So it's still a while
it's
away.
the 11th of December. 10 days. So we've got to be back for
Predictions
Yeah.
this
Ish.
weekend. Has to be predictions to go. So wait, when is the 11th? Because our predictions have to go up before then. So
That's
that's next week, Thursday.
Yeah.
So we have to record this weekend for predictions. So, you know, every time we record this, I'm like, we'll be back soon eventually.
But
now
this
you know
time
it
we
will have
actually
to be
will.
this weekend. Yeah, has to be this weekend.
100%.
And then I think after that we'll start wrapping up with Game of the Year stuff, probably the episode after that.
Yeah. And then we're done
yeah.
for the year.
Yeah, and then we're done for the year. But if you've stuck with us this entire rambling of Death Stranding 2 and Hades, thank you. We hope you've at least played these games, considering how much we
Oh my
spoiled.
God, yeah.
And we hope that you took away some of the enthusiasm we had for both these games, because I think they're pretty excellent. If not, and these sound like games like that you want to put some time into, absolutely do it. Both of them. You will not regret any time spent with either of these games.
No.
I think they're both fantastic. So I think that's
Real
going to
good.
do it.
Yep.
It's episode 279 of Checkpoint Chat. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. We will see you next time. Thank you so much, Matthew.
Thank you. I know it's so late by
Wow,
you.
I completely fucked your name. I was going to say Matthew and Matty at the same time, and I just got... Ugh.
Matthew.
Thank you, Matthew.
Pleasure.
We
Alessandro.
will see you... Oh, wow, God. Goodbye. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.